We are putting silver to the test again, but this time I'm mixing it up because today I ordered $10 face value of half dollars, $10 face value of dimes, and 10 US silver dollars. Now this entire order with shipping cost me almost $900. We paid $571 for the 90%. We paid $310 for that silver dollars and $10 for shipping. But will we get all of our money out of it? Or will we have a bunch of circulated coins and not get all of our silver and essentially be ripped off? Well, let's open up the box and find out. Okay, so while we open this, I'll let you know that spot price when I ordered this was $39.93. And if we use that number, we should be expecting $571 worth of melt value silver out of our dimes quarters, or our dimes and half dollars, I should say. And we should be expecting around $303, $303.50 to be exact, out of our silver dollars. Now, silver dollars with circulation, generally about 0.76 is what people use for the math. It is 0.7734 when they are brand new. Okay, I apologize I had to cut there because the invoice was sitting right on top of the box, but it looks like what we have inside of the box is some paper and a bag of coins. So let's see what we have in here. But before we dump this bag out, a quick reminder that my channel sponsor SD Bullion right now is running their 500-ounce silver monster box giveaway. This year it is a full monster box of 1-ounce silver trio life coins. These are very beautiful and you can get your entry in right now by going to sdbullion.com/sweepstakes. I'll put a link in the description below. Oh man, look how big, this is a big bag, holy smokes. It looks like they just kind of threw it all together in the bag though, which I guess I'm not a fan of, but at least the silver dollars are sitting in flips. Now these silver dollars are all calls. They're all supposed to be calls, which means they are heavily circulated, damaged, you know, so on and so forth, and basically not worth selling for numismatic value. There's a few of our dimes. You can see we got some mercuries there. But I'm still hoping, you know, they aren't so circulated that we are missing a lot of silver. But oh my goodness. Well, let's dump this stuff out. Okay. All right, well, there's our dimes and half dollars. We're gonna go through those in a minute. We got a lot of walkers. We got all walkers. Okay. Well, we have all walkers. We have some Rosies and some Benjamin Franklins. And I'm gonna be honest, like just at first glance, and I want you guys to leave me a comment and let me know. Oh, we do have a Benji right there. Oh, I meant with dimes, I meant all Roosevelts and Mercuries. We do have a Franklin in our half dollars here. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm not super confident because the issue with walking Liberty half dollars is you get a lot of them that look like this. Now this one's an early date, 1917 though, but you see what I mean? These are definitely missing a significant amount of silver. I'm going to bet money that we are not going to get our silver weight out of our half dollars. The dimes look all right. Yeah, the dimes look okay. Even the Mercuries, this one looks pretty rough, I guess. But for the most part, they look okay. But I'm not super confident about the half dollars. The silver dollars, I'm also kind of worried about. Look at these. So it looks like these have been in here for a long time. And it's one of these that open up like that. Yeah, these are really dingy. I can see why these are called culls. So we'll pull each one of these out of the flip because we're going to need to weigh them without it. And, whoa. What is going on there? Look at this 21. Now, my plan with a lot of these was to maybe reuse them in my whatnot auctions, but I don't know, man. We'll have to see. Sorry, my phone is dinging there in the background. Yeah, that is... Whew, that is rough. These are really rough, guys. Holy smokes. Yeah, we got a 22 there. Heavily circulated for sure. But, I mean, so far, this... Oh, man. All right, I am worried about a couple of them. All right, I'll show you in a minute. I was going to say, so far, they don't look so bad that we'd be missing a lot of silver, but we'll open these last. Yeah, these are rough. Okay. Yeah, that one's... All right, guys, well, you know what? If I do end up putting these in my whatnot auctions, I imagine they're not going to go for very much. We'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just add them to my silver stack, although that wasn't the intent when I ordered them. Whoa. Look at this thing. Yeah, we have an issue here. This one's definitely... I mean, they were calls. Like, I'm not getting anything I didn't expect. I was just hoping they'd be a little bit better than this. I mean, this rim is completely gone. Like, almost touching the E and E pluribus here. Over here, the rim's so worn that you're wearing down into the stars. Oh man, yeah. Ooh, that's rough. And then, oh my, this one is even missing part of the pluribus. We are definitely missing some silver here, guys. So, like I said, we're expecting 0.76 melt weight per silver dollar, 0.715 per 90% dollar face value. Now, I paid $31 per dollar for the silver dollars, and that is actually above melt price, even if we did get the 0.76. So, you know, I wasn't expecting to get these for melt value anyway. And then, of course, I paid 10 shipping. But the 90%, I got the 90% for melt value. It was $28.55 or $28.55 per dollar, and that was exactly melt at spot at $39.93. So let me go ahead and sort these out really fast. I'll get my scale out, and we'll weigh them and see what's going on. So I just finished going through these, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to be wrecked. Now, I picked the 10 worst of the 20 half dollars that we have right here, and I kind of want to show you what we have going on. So look at the back of this one. You can see the rim is worn into United States of America. This one as well, it's wearing in, and down here at the bottom, you can see it's even wearing into half dollar. And if you flip this over, what do we have? A 1918 right there. This one has a gouge in it. This one's a 1940. Look at that. The 19 is completely missing off of the coin. Wow, look at this, guys. This is a 1945, and you can barely see that it's a 45. It is really rough, and it's heavily circulated. Again, the rim is wearing towards the United States. Another one, you know, another one, and they get really bad. Look at this one right here. These are really rough. I do not expect to get 0.715 ounces per dollar on average out of the half dollars. Now, the dimes fared a little bit better. There were a few bad examples. This one right here, this one right here. Well, this one's actually even not that bad. But things like this, there were a few pretty bad examples. But overall, the dimes weren't bad. So we're going to go ahead and weigh these out. And again, I already showed you the silver dollars earlier, but we'll weigh these out as well and see if we get our 0.76 per coin. But let's do it. We'll grab our scale here. And we'll go ahead and weigh these out. So I'm going to get all of these half dollars. We have $10 face. We're just going to weigh them all together just to see what we have. So let's pick these up. Here's our $10 face and half dollars. And if we put them on the scale, you can see that we have 7.84 ounces. Now remember, these are 90% silver, so we have to remove the 10% copper. And if we grab our calculator to do that, we take 7.84 and then times 0.9. And you can see we actually have 7.056. So we're supposed to have 7.15 ounces. So we are missing near a 10th ounce of silver in our 90% half dollars. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but times spot 41, that is almost $4 worth of silver. Now let's go ahead and see if our dimes fared any better. So we'll go ahead and turn this back on, make sure it tears out, and let's get our dimes onto the scale. And you can see the dimes weigh a little bit more. We're at 7.9 ounces. So we'll go ahead and get our calculator back on the screen. We'll take 7.9 times 0.9. And even our dimes are a little underweight by, if you minus 0.71 or 7.15, or even our dimes are underweight by around 0.04 of an ounce. So we're close to a 1/20th of an ounce. And if we multiply that today by spot price at $41 an ounce, you can see that comes out to about $1.64 in silver that we're missing. Again, it's not too bad, but still, I mean, we're out $6. Now, the silver dollars may be a different story because we only have 10 of them and 2 of them are horrible, especially this one right here. But just so you guys know, believe it or not, when silver dollars were first being minted back in the 30s and earlier, they actually had a full 20th ounce more of silver per dollar than, say, dimes, half dollars, and quarters. So dimes, quarters, and half dollars had 0.7234 ounces per dollar. Silver dollars had 0.7734, so quite a bit more silver. That said, unlike dimes, quarters, and half dollars, I don't believe that there's an industry standard of wear or circulation that people account for. And so I'm just going to do the math and say it's 0.765 ounces per dollar, again, adding that full 20th back. So what I'm looking for here is after we weigh these out, and we're going to do that right now, and then we subtract our 90% silver, we are hoping that we have 0.765. But I am really concerned about these two right here, putting us underweight. That said, the rest of these look pretty solid. They still have rims and everything. So let's go ahead and do it. We'll throw it on the scale. And as you can see, we get exactly 8.5 ounces. So if we grab our calculator, we'll take 8.5 times 0.9. That removes the 10% copper. Well, we get exactly 7.65 or 0.765 per dollar. So we're actually right on the money. But I bet you if we took these two top ones right here, let's get these off. If we took these two top ones right here, we would be pretty much underweight. So let's go ahead and weigh these two out by themselves. It is teared out. So we have 1.62 ounces. Grab our calculator, take 1.62 times 0.9, and then we'll go ahead and divide this by 2 since there's 2 of them, and we're actually at 0.729. So that is way under our 0.765. And that means that these two right here are significantly underweight, and I just dropped one. But that also means that the other 8 that we got did balance us out. But I'm going to be honest, like if I'm ordering just for the weight and not just, you know, call silver dollars, which is what these were actually marketed as, and I was just buying them for the weight, I'd be pretty upset with these. I'm not going to lie. And that's the danger of ordering 90% whenever you don't know exactly what you're looking at. Now, I will tell you that generally you're going to be fine with Roosevelt dimes. You're going to be fine with Franklin half dollars and with Kennedy half dollars and with Washington quarters for that matter. But when you get to the really old stuff like the Walking Liberty half dollars, the Standing Liberty quarters, Mercury dimes, so on and so forth, there's a lot of wear. And that's because these were in circulation for so long that you run into a lot of coins that look like this, that have gouges in them, that are missing a lot of silver and are worn down. So whenever you're ordering 90% online, just understand that if you're buying it per dollar face value, you could end up with stuff like this. But if you limit yourself to like I'd said, Washingtons and Kennedys and Benjamin Franklins and Roosevelt dimes, you're usually going to be just fine. But either way, we didn't do too bad today. We only lost about $6 in silver value on our dimes and quarters. We were spot on the silver dollars, even though we actually bought them as calls and not by the weight. But that is what it is. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit. And if you did, please do me a favor. Don't forget to like and subscribe and help us continue to grow. That really helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, guys, stack long, stack heavy, and have a great rest of your day.